You know, this Chom event of yours is noisy, but this is the only place in Arrakis or in the Hagga Basin that is fairly quiet right now. Because over at my base, it's noisy, and I'd like to listen to some music. Maybe I'd build a base over here. One of the spots I was thinking of was when you come in on the map, so like right along the border here at the bottom. I wouldn't mind having a base there. Alright, so we'll come straight in the bottom here, see where we end up. Okay. Looks like as good of a spot as any, right here. Alright, well, there's some strange building zones that are in here. Oh, really? You can't put an advanced subfief. Okay, well, at least that's what it's saying. Not enough materials. Advanced subfief cannot be placed in Hagga Basin South. Huh. But I can put a regular subfief. Now, I've watched some videos. I'm wondering if I'm able to do this. They said a tax-free building, right? Meaning that if I wanted to, I would build a building here, but then it wouldn't have the cost. Like I could store stuff here. And do I want it inside or do I want it like right on the edge here? Since this is where you show up. It's like how big of a cube do I want the cube? Like right here? Kind of like right there. So what is my goal? Well, my goal is to build a base that I can leave and not have to worry about losing all my stuff and not having to pay taxes, and hopefully I can leave it for about a month and not have to worry about my stuff disappearing. So that's why I'm building a base right near the border. So let's see what we can do. We're going to go and grab, maybe not all that. You know what? It's better just to go and make a bin. If you just make a bin, and access your assault, drop in all these materials. Start with the Harkonnen floor. See, at this point, what I'm really after is raising the foundation up. Alright. So if I was to demolish that, and then I was to rebuild it, you can see that these things stayed for some reason. Okay, yeah, so now you can see that the ground is a little higher up there, right? And that's kind of what I'm after. So now we'll build. Alright, did I get a better land claim amount? What do we got here? like a 5x5. You can get a 6x6. What do I got? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5x5 is what I'm getting right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tall. So this is the box. And yeah, it's a box. But as you notice, it's nice and quiet over here. And I have a side entrance for getting my vehicle in and out. And you can fit an assault in here fairly easily. I've got one of the big chome lights there. And then this floor is just for storage. And I mean, I'll do other things with it, but it's kind of a 1.5 in height floor. And this is another 1.5 in height floor, along with a door out to the back here. So, pretty nice door. As you can see, you have to, well, I recessed it in and gave it a couple of angle pieces in order to give it that overall look and shape. And then down here, because the foundation only goes out to this far, this is the basement. And then there's a door right here, which comes out just to that point right there. And then it kind of sticks out like that and floats a little bit. So that's pretty much the maximum that I could go and place a building within that cube space. But as you can see, it's a pretty big building. And it's right on the border, the southern wall here. And I'm going to be using it basically for a tax-free living space because there's no taxes on this space. If you look in the menu here, the tax one is empty. So really the only thing I have to worry about is power. And right now it's like 17 hours. So I need to get that to 17 days. We gotta get some power. And I wanted to experiment a little bit and see like for these different power units if that gives you more time. Like if I was to put one of these in here or upstairs, then I would be able to theoretically have like 30 days of power. I'm not sure, and I want to find out. We'll see. So you might be like, Dreadis, why are you moving to this other base, right? Well, the reason, can you hear that? Non-stop. It's a racket. I don't want to hear it. So I'm moving to the other base, and I wanted to make a base over there anyway. In other words, it's a good time to go and make that base, because then I'll have another place to go and do my refining in that's right beside the deep desert. And I'm just taking some of the stuff away from this base. It's a huge base, to be honest. But I took down some of the buildings, and I'm starting to get, I think I'm going to go and reduce the size, or I'm going to change it to where it's more functional, because I do like being up here in this area here. So I think I might just go and build out from there and then make this like tall base out here and move all this stuff up there. I don't know. We'll see. Because I still like having the garage down here. But I kind of made a second layer. Anyway, there's a lot of things going on there. And it will change over time. But this gunfire is too much. It's time to go to the country. You know, and this game is pretty amazing at being able to go and move stuff around. Like the whole experience of going and taking items. Like, I needed to have a wind generator, so I just made a wind generator and I deleted it, got all the items because it's a 1-for-1. You don't lose any materials once you have it. And then I'm able to go and make it and bring it fairly easily over to this base. Which I am going to change this to be a drop-in type roof. Because I've got the wind generator here and it works. I'm going to put one on either side. So having a drop-in roof will help. Alright, the wind generator. So I have 191. So I'll deposit that. But I can also switch it. I go into storage. And I can take like 100 out. So I'm at 400 there. Now it's like 300 to 400. So if I split this one. So 350. 350, yeah. And then if I look at my uptime, I'm at 21 days. Alright. Now that we got the power, we can build fabricator or refiner. Alright, 1155 to 1375. Doing good. Now I thought I had enough for this. And it looks like I'm short on the cobalt paste. For some reason. Alright, so I got my first body. And that's how much? 46,000 mil. Or, that'd be what, 46 liters of water? So I have enough. I just went and I have a ton of copper and I ended up just throwing all these water jugs down. You know what I love about this game? So in this base I have all my stuff that I need. And when I go to build something, like for example, I want to make a repair station, then I can just make it. I now have it. I go to demolish, and 1-for-1, I get all the items. So it was 40 iron, but now it's in my backpack, and I can easily go and make it over at the other side. Alright, so these give you a 31-day power up. So if I just had these, then I would get 31 days out of this base. The other thing is, if I just turn the power off on stuff I'm not using, then that should be enough that if the other generators go down, if all these ones end up going down, then as long as I turn these off, it should keep the pentashield up. Because that's the main concern. The only other thing I could think of was if you go and you leave this door, right? Then they can't get in that door because it's always closed for them. And that's same with this one down here. Because it's that type of door. But if it's a pentashield one where it just drops, then they'll be able to get in. So I was thinking of making one of those doors here. Or not here, but right here. Like that. Then I have to fill it in. Incline like that. Needs to go up one more though. Right now it's too low, I think. Maybe not. Oh yeah, okay. And just fill in these little triangles here and there. That way if they were to get into this room here, they wouldn't be able to get down into here. Right? So this whole space is basically blocked off with those doors. Alright, well I'm gonna go get the Etherite crystals. And that way I'll make it right here and I won't have to worry about losing that 2 of them just in transit. Very strange, right? But the base is looking pretty good. I mean, it's a cube, but it's a badass cube. Well, I think it's ready. I think it's functioning the way I want it to. It's good forward operating base. So thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks for coming back. And come back for more Dune Awakening action. Alright, well I'm just going to be finishing up the last of it. And we're going to go with the rounded corner wall with the window, hopefully. Is that the one with the window? Oh, there we go. There's the one with the window. Oh. Have the window in the middle of the unit. We usually use the other one for that. So I'll use this one. Yeah. Here we go. Let's see if that worked. Make sure that did work. Yeah, it rounded it off. That's pretty cool. And I'll do the same on this side. Let's see here. This is my... Let's set it here for now. Just out of the way. Okay, so this one was that one. I'll do this one. And that one. And we need a floor. And I think we're done. Alright. Let's take a look at the base. Let's go for the copter flight first. Oh, I gotta move this stuff. There we go. Nice. Come in. Kind of opens up. Goes around fairly naturally. Alright. Here we are. This is the Subfief. Now it's a box. Looks much better with those rounded edges. Could do that on the bottom floor too. Or do something along this back corner here. I haven't done anything on that back corner, but I could finish it up if I rounded off that bottom part on both these corners. And then I wouldn't mind putting another one of these generators up here, and that's why I have to have the square. But overall, you see it's big enough for this copter. I'm not sure about the assault, but this is going to be my forward operating base. Now, I did end up doing this so you can get at the managing the turbines. There's one there. Do the same thing. So that is the structure. Even has the faces sticking out the side. Yeah, so there we go. That's the base. Thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks for coming back. And come back for more. Dune Awakening, action, base builds, and just general gameplay on Dune and many other games.